Hello you guys. Okay, so if you saw my setup video, I am all moved into my new horizontal planner, but don't worry, I did not forget about my Everyday Essentials planner. She is still over there on the shelf and she is still going to get love, so don't worry. Or Everyday Essentials is coming, as well as the flip throughs for that planner. So hang in there if you're waiting to see my vertical spreads, but this is my new name decal. I love it so much. This planner is amazing. She is horizontal, but I am gonna try horizontal to see how that goes. But today we're gonna do a currently page setup. So if you like those currently page setups, let me know down in the comments below. And I actually really like taking the page off of the discs, so I am just gonna go ahead and do that. And we're gonna come down here so you guys can see everything that we are doing here. So let's just go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start with the Celebrate section. All right, so I'm gonna start by pulling from the new seasonal book, which I love. And I'm gonna use this Independence Day sticker to mark that we are celebrating Independence Day on July 4th. Now, I don't usually get very political on this channel, but Independence Day is tough for me this year because of the current political climate, and that is all I will say about that. So this year we are going to celebrate the fireworks, the fun, and that aspect of it, but not necessarily anything else, unfortunately. So that is just that. Yeah, so I appreciate so many things about Independence Day and like what it represents, but there's just so much this year that I don't support, that I feel sad about. So that is all I'm gonna say about that. I'm not gonna get too in depth about it. You're welcome to like DM me if you wanna have a conversation about it, but I'm not gonna really get in too deep here. So that's how I feel about that. And yeah, I'm just really sad about a lot of things. Let's just say that, especially as a parent. So on to brighter things. We do have a birthday this month, and I like to mark birthdays by using the little cupcakes, and that cupcake came from the food book, the food sticker book, and that is my Aunt Joyce's birthday. And I feel like a really bad niece right now, but I believe her birthday is on the 26th, and that's my dad's sister. So she was one of the aunts that was actually really active in my life as a kid. I'm really fortunate that I had a lot of family that was really close by. I was really, really fortunate about that. So other things that we're celebrating, I don't really know what else we're celebrating because August is a big month that we have things that we are celebrating. Yeah, I don't really know. So I'm just gonna, I guess, use some deco. So I'm gonna pull these because they look like fireworks, which are always really, really fun. And this year I'm kind of excited to see how Harrison does with the fireworks, to see if he likes them. Delilah never really liked them. They were just kind of too loud for her, too big, too in her face, that kind of thing. So yeah, we'll have to see how Harrison does. And then I think I wanna use this cute little grill right here. I have a feeling I'm gonna need a second one of these new seasonal books just because it's so dang cute. So we'll be celebrating it. It does have it down here in the remember section, but yeah, I don't know that we're gonna do it that way. It looks like we're not because I already have it in here. I'm excited to use these in my weekly spread. Oh, you guys can't even see what I'm doing or what I'm pointing at. I'm really excited to use those on my weekly spread. Oh, and I totally failed and didn't use this Father's Day one. That's okay. That's okay. All right, so we'll just use this bonfire one because I think we usually have like outdoor, like we have a fire pit, and so we usually do that on the 4th of July. So yeah, and I really like, just kind of off on a tangent up here, that there are only 2 months at a glance, and you guys can probably see I have a little cut on my finger. I get comments on my hands all the time because they are like somewhat discolored, but anyways, haters gonna hate. But I really like that these just have 2 months at the top, just like the Everyday Essentials. That's one of my favorite things. Alrighty, so let's see here. Watching, I'm gonna go ahead and fill out my currently section. I like to do it at the beginning of the month, so then it's kind of in a pattern. Some people like to do it at the end of the month, but I feel like if you're filling it out for the month, it's like what you're currently doing that month. I don't know, it feels better to me to do it at the beginning of the month. So yes, this month we're gonna be celebrating, let's see here, we're gonna be celebrating 4th of July. 4th of July. And I get asked a lot of the times which pen I use, and this is the Pilot J2. This is the 0.38. I think they call it the Ultra Fine. It's one of my favorite pens ever. I love this one and the Sharpie pen. Those are my top 2 pens that I love. This month I am planning, what am I planning? Oh, I'm planning a lot of play dates because I have my kids home this summer, obviously, and I'm home, and it's an awesome time to take advantage of the time that we have to get outside and to be with friends. So we're planning a lot of play dates. I'm gonna put TBD because we have a few, but they're like to be determined. Brian and I are watching The Big Bang Theory, and yeah, I know we're like super late, but yeah, I think I wrote this on last month too, but we're watching The Big Bang Theory. I think we're on season 3, and Delilah likes it too. It's so funny. We were watching Young Sheldon. We kind of did it backwards, but I kind of liked that order better. Like if any of you guys watch any of those shows, I kind of like it better that way. So yes, we watched The Big Bang Theory and Young Sheldon, and they're so funny. And I will tell you that Sheldon is so much like my husband, so much. He's just so logical, and like Brian's not necessarily detached, but he's just very logical and like mathematical and very intelligent about things. So he's so much like my husband. It's so funny. Okay, drinking. I am drinking my weight in iced coffee because I am trying so hard to get back down and on my low carb thing. I have just been off of it because it's been so busy and stressful, and I have been eating my feelings. So yeah, reading. I'm not currently reading anything, so if you guys have any recommendations, let me know. So I'm gonna leave that blank. Eating a lot of barbecue food. That's one of my staples in the summer. Lots of barbecue food because it's too dang hot to turn on the oven. So barbecue food, and we also eat a lot of salads. So a lot of salad during the summer. I'm loving having my kids home. It's so nice to not have to run anywhere and to just be able to enjoy them in the morning. So having kids home, that's just something that I have been loving so much. And let's see, I am feeling relaxed. It's nice to relax in the summer. Honestly, I'm not very stressed at all right now, which is amazing. I am listening to, what was I listening to the other day that I really liked? Let me just pull up my Spotify playlist. Pause, please. All right, I'm really into the new Charlie Puth album. That is the one. I saw that on my playlist and I was like, yep, that's what I'm gonna put down. I'm super into it. I love it. I am excited for, let's see, what am I excited for? I'm excited for fireworks in July. Super stoked for fireworks. And then practicing, what am I practicing? I'm practicing sleeping in, which might sound ridiculous, but I am always up super early, and my kids have kind of caught on to that, and they are now up super early, which is kind of a bummer. And so I feel like if I sleep a little bit later, and by sleeping in I mean till like 7 maybe, so that they can get a little bit more sleep because they've been just so grumpy. Okay, so then what I'm gonna do is, so in my goal section, I typically just use this section with quotes and things, and I think I'm gonna do that, but I'm also going to set some monthly goals for myself. So yes, and maybe for my kids. So I'm gonna set 3 monthly goals because I wanna get back to my planner being a place where it's super functional. So that is something that I want to make sure that I do. So my first monthly goal for July is going to be to deep clean my house. And that might sound like a ridiculous monthly goal, but if you could even see the state of my house right now, you guys would be very sad. I think, and I don't know if this is true for all teachers, but I have trouble keeping it together at the end of the school year. It's really tough. And so to prioritize my job and like finalize all the tasks that I need to do, some things have got to give. And like my relationship with my kids is not going to give. My time with my husband sometimes suffers, but ultimately it's like my house and my chores that suffer. So I'm going to deep clean my house. Plus, like, I need to declutter stuff. I'm hanging on to a lot of like baby stuff because I don't know, after I had the miscarriage, it felt really painful to try to just get rid of all of that stuff. And that was all just from Harrison. It wasn't necessarily new things that we had purchased because I was very like, I don't know how to say other than like just a little bit pregnant. I was only like 6 weeks or something. So it's not like we went out and bought a bunch of stuff, but after that happened, it was hard for me to like let that stuff go. And so now I just need to declutter a lot of it, and I need to decide what I'm gonna hang on to for like sentimental value for Harrison for his baby box and for Delilah too. And then other stuff I'm just gonna pass on. So deep clean house and declutter. So that is a big monthly goal that I have this month. Let's see, I am going to also, as a monthly goal, I'm gonna take my kids on one adventure per week. So, and by adventure, I mean like a fun thing. So take kids on one outing or adventure per week. And that could be like a play date with friends. That could be like we go out and do something fun. That could be like we bike to Brian's work. I just want to make sure that they are getting a really fun experience. And then my last monthly goal is to start packing for our beach trip. So our beach trip is on August 10th, but there are 2 adults, 2 kids, and potentially like other adults coming. So I want to make sure that I have the food packed, the meals planned, because I don't go out to restaurants a whole bunch when we're on vacation because we rent a beach house. And so the purpose of renting a beach house is to have a kitchen available and beds to sleep in. At least that's how I see it. So I want to start packing. Then I also want to create a Facebook group for all of our friends to kind of talk in, where we can like talk about like maybe we're gonna do some meals together, maybe we're gonna do some adventures at the beach together, that kind of thing. So I want to make sure I have that going and that everything is super organized for the trip, because last minute packing on a big trip like that is just terrible for beach. So there's that. And then remember, so I do have a couple of things right now that are going on that are big things that I need to remember, and I will just go ahead and put those in. So we have Delilah, anyways, not we, because this is something that's just for her. She has zoo camp that goes from, it's really fun. The Oregon Zoo is like the most amazing place. So Delilah has zoo camp this month, 7/16 through, I wanna say it's the 23rd, but I don't know if that's the end date of that week, through the 20th. So it's just for 1 week. So I need to remember that. We're gonna meet up with some of our friends here soon. So we have 1 play date scheduled, and I will add others on here as we get more. So we're actually gonna go to the zoo. This is really funny. We spend a lot of our time at the zoo because we do have a zoo pass. So zoo day with our friend Jennifer. Her daughter is actually a good friend of Delilah's. So that is happening on July. No, that's not happening in July. Ooh, I hate it when that happens, but that's okay. On June 28th. I write in my planner, and I'm okay with scratching stuff out. So far that is all that I know that's happening. And I want to put one little quote in here or something to kind of take up that space, because I don't like a bunch of spaces. I don't know, I'm weird like that. Oh, are you guys weird like that? You might be. You might be if you're planner peeps. I feel like a lot of us are like that. Okay, so, and by weird, I mean totally awesome. Like the best people ever. Okay, and good vibes only. That will be kind of my mantra for this summer. Good vibes only. I feel like I've been living in kind of a negative space and letting a lot of negativity get to me, and I'm just not doing that anymore. Like it's not happening. I'm just gonna live in a positive place, and if people want to be negative, they can just go ahead and be negative. That's fine, and that's their choice. I will put on read a good book for something to remember to do, because I'm sure I'm gonna need fun things to keep mama busy. Watch a sunset, go to the fair. I never go to the fair because I hate large crowds. Like I could hang, but it's just not really my jam. Go on a vacation, get it done. This moment, so much fun. Love this. Summer vibes. We'll go ahead and do this down here. And then I wanna leave some space because I know other things are gonna come up. So Summer schedule is so fun. Okay, now let me go ahead and show you guys what I came up with for this currently page. And yeah, and of course there will be pictures of this over on my Instagram, so don't forget to check it out over there too. All right, so let's see, I think we have the whole thing on the page. All right, there we go. That is my currently page for the month of July in my new planner. I'm so excited. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up for me. And if you are one of my current subscribers, thank you so much for being here. And here is your internet hug for the day. And if you are new around here, don't forget to hit that red subscribe button down below before you leave. And if you want to find me on other social sites, you can find me over on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And by the way, have fun today.